I'm here with Tommy of Majestica at Epic Fest in Denmark, Roskilde to be precise. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me. You're a man in high demand. Everybody wants to talk to Tommy. Everybody wants to talk to you about Majestica. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to do so.
Well, my pleasure. I mean, I want to talk to you, so.
Oh, perfect. Then we want to talk to each other. This is great.
That's perfect.
This is perfect. Before we talk about the festival, let's talk about the record, because I didn't have a chance to chat with you about the new album.
Yeah.
Powertrain.
Yes.
Where the idea from the title came from, and how do you feel that matching the overall vibe of the record?
Well, you see, the idea came from the fact that where we used to rehearse before with Majestica was in the same building as an abandoned train garage. So outside our door was all these abandoned trains and train tracks and the train garage and everything. So we said, if we're ever going to do a song, an album or something about trains, then we have everything just outside our door. We don't need to go into a studio or a green screen or whatever. We can just use everything here. And when we decided that we should do a new album, what should we call the album? Hey, about Powertrain. We can record a music video in the train. We can, if we call it Powertrain, we have the power tour, we have the power crew, the power guitar pick, the power drumstick, everything power. So we.
The power merchandise.
Yeah, the power merchandise, the power T-shirt, the power pants, the power panties.
Everything.
Everything power.
Everything power.
Yeah.
Everything power. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't think that was the story behind the album. I thought, I know you're a big fan of Christmas, and I don't know if in Europe this is a thing, but in North America, people put a train around the Christmas tree.
Yeah, we start to do that in Sweden now.
Yeah, it's very common.
Yeah.
It's very common. So I thought your love for Christmas brought the powertrain to us, because the powertrain is the train that goes around the Christmas tree. That's honestly where I thought it was coming from.
You know, that is a very good idea for potential merchandise. You buy this track, and the powertrain is the train you can buy going around.
In playing your songs.
Exactly.
From the Christmas album, so people can buy it, put it on their Christmas trees, and listen to Christmas classic music.
Exactly. And this play, these little boxes you ding 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 ding, like that. That kind of sound when the train goes around, dude. And we will call it the Powertrain.
The power. I love that. Listen, I don't want any royalties. Just hook me up with one train. I'll do an unboxing.
Oh, perfect.
You know what I mean? So it's my way of paying you back, and you send me the train, and I'll do that.
Yeah, that's good.
I think we have a plan.
We have a deal.
We have a deal. It's really nice to see you releasing a new record with Majestica. It was, for me, was a little bit bittersweet when you announced that you were leaving Sabaton, but I knew you were leaving Sabaton because Majestica needed your attention too. And then you don't just release an album, you release a power album, because this record is absolutely phenomenal. And I feel like within the genre of power metal, there's not many bands still doing this more traditional guitar-driven sound with great vocals behind it, obviously with synths and all of that stuff, with orchestration, but really putting an emphasis on the guitar playing and the vocals. Is that the direction you want to take Majestica in?
I was more into, taking the Majestica into the direction of the Christmas album, that kind of music, because I'm really fond of this whole symphonic thing. But then we thought, is that really Majestica? Above the Sky is not really a symphonic album. The Christmas album is, for a good reason. So I toned down the symphonic parts, the orchestral parts a little bit. I wanted it to be more, but it just didn't fit well. Then I don't know, it's like all of a sudden you hear Metallica start using synthesizers. Then you'll be like, dude, what's happening here? So it wouldn't really work. So we decided to go a little bit more old school power metal, but still with a couple of songs, like My Epic Dragon and what's the name of the song? Battle Cry. We have a little bit of the orchestrations as well. Because then we thought we can do it in a couple of songs. And that works.
Yeah, and I felt like it worked really well for the album, because it still had that core of power metal, traditional power metal sound, but you also had the more epic songs, which adds a nice flow to the whole album. How was building this record for you? Did this album take less or more time? Was it more difficult, less difficult than the debut record?
It was more difficult because the debut album that was written in it was very fast. I was so inspired. Now I was inspired here and there because I was still working with Sabaton, and I was in a hard time in my life deciding if I should continue with Sabaton or quit. If I would quit, how could I support myself? It goes well with YouTube, but how well does it go? Will it pay my bills? And working with Majestica, should I do 110% Majestica? Will it be worth it? And then at the same time, all these questions, writing new music. It's hard to get inspired when it's so much happening in your life. So the songwriting took a little bit longer this time than for like the Christmas album was written in a couple of weeks because I was so inspired. Ghost of Marley, for example, that song, it was written in one day. It was another song that was also, the Ghost of Christmas to Come, the most dark and the most difficult one to play. I also wrote that one in just one day, one night, because I was so inspired. I had everything in front of me how I should do it. But this time I didn't have everything in front of me how I should do it. We did a couple of songs together. Me and Chris did one song. Me and Petter did one song, and it turned out really, really good. But it was much harder because I didn't really have the inspiration. When I wrote it, of course, I was inspired. I had the inspiration. It's like no pain, no gain. Same there. That song was written in one afternoon because I was so inspired. I was in such a good mood. I just do that, and then I have these chords. I know exactly what's going to happen. And then that song came and it poof, like that, and it was done. But then songs like Alliance Anthem, it took a bit longer because I didn't really have the inspiration, so I cannot continue to write when I'm not inspired.
So what came first, the writing of this record or your decision to leave Sabaton? Did they happen simultaneously?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of these songs for this album were written back in 2020. Two of the songs were written back in 2020. One song back in 2018. The song My Epic Dragon, it's been ready to be released since 2018.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nothing has changed in the song except the lyrics. I changed the lyrics a little bit. Yeah. I lost track here.
Well, it's too many dates.
Yeah.
I was losing track of when these songs were all made. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And then I decided, 2022, that's when I kind of started to think about really ending, quitting Sabaton. And a decision like that is not easy to make. So I was writing songs at the same time as I was thinking about jumping Sabaton. And then every now and then you do a good song. I like the song Thunder Power. It's like, wow, this is a great song. Now I really want to work only with Majestica, no Sabaton. And then I write another song. It's like, this is not a good song. No, I cannot have that on the album. What am I doing? Come on, Tommy. Come on.
That back and forth, I can only imagine the mental stress of going through that. Being a creative person like you are, will we see a return of the Swedish hits going metal?
No, not really. Not like before. I'm doing Swedish pop songs on my YouTube channel in metal version. So kind of Swedish hits goes metal, but not the album or the concept itself, because it wasn't really driven by me. It was my record label who came up with the idea and just like put my name into it and wanted me to do the covers. And unfortunately, I didn't have so much saying in that album. It was just I arranged and played everything, but they decided the songs, and they had this huge concept put out for the project Swedish Disco Metal. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. So when I said I'm quitting all of this, I'm moving back home to the north, they just said, okay, well, we're gonna release the second album, But if you're quitting, then we'll just bring in another singer. Okay, that's not cool, but well, it's your project. So they did bring in another singer to record the second album, but he couldn't hit all the high notes, so they had to rearrange the songs, and they couldn't do that, the record label, because I had the recordings. So it didn't sound good, so they released it anyway with my vocals.
Oh, wow.
And then, this is very funny story.
Because this is not very funny. What you just told me is not very funny.
No, it's not funny. But here's the funny part, that they booked a couple of shows with the Swedish Hits Goes Metal after I quit. They released the second album with this new band, but I was doing all the music and singing. On all the posters that I could see was my face.
Wow.
So they didn't even dare to tell the promoter for the festival or the guys playing with them they were going to play that I wasn't part of the band anymore. And I know that because I know one friend of mine, he was playing guitar. A friend of mine was playing guitar at that time with Swedish Hits Goes Metal. And he said, one guy got really pissed. It's like, I wanted Tommy. He's the face of Swedish Hits Goes Metal.
Yeah.
And another guy was like, okay, cool, nice to see you here. Where's Tommy? I haven't met him yet. No, he's not coming.
That is really weird. That's how we discover you, by the way.
Yeah.
Even before we ever checked out Sabaton on the channel or knew you were playing with Sabaton, because I think we had checked out some Sabaton on the channel, but you were not with the band at that time yet. So we actually discovered you through that. So that was our gateway to your greatness of guitar playing and singing and doing everything that you do. It was so nice to hear this album and hear your voice. I think that is such a strong part of who you are as a musician. If you had to put them on a scale, guitar playing, vocals, which one do you feel you're stronger at?
I don't know. I mean, I have more experience as a guitar player, definitely, but I prefer to sing because that's what I feel I want to do more. But we've taken it so far in Majestica, for example, where I'm the guitarist and the singer. So now it'd be weird and it wouldn't feel right if I would put down a guitar and only sing. But that's what I really want to do the most. only sing.
Does that impact the songwriting for you, knowing that you have to sing and then also play?
It makes it a bit easier to control what's happening on the guitar. Like I cannot play and then sing something with another rhythm. Or for example, there's this one song where on one verse where I'm singing and then I just stop playing. I'm gonna do that one tonight here. And Petter, he plays guitar. It's like, this is one of those times where the guitar was a little bit too difficult, but Petter can play it. I don't need to play it just for this small part. Make it a lot easier. So.
Wow, that is really interesting. When you guys are in the studio and you're recording songs for the record, and you record a song like A Story in the Night, do you know immediately you have a hit on your hands and you're like, fuck, guys, this is amazing. We got it. This is going to be a single. This is going to be one of our biggest songs.
Well, I mean, the melody to Story in the Night, the main melody, the pre-chorus and the chorus came to me when I was in Japan in 2018.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, I was eating dinner and I came up with the melody. That part, and also the chorus.
I'm not going to sing because I want to ruin it.
So I came up with that during a dinner in Japan 2018.
And what do you do at that time? Like, do you record it? Like, you grab your phone and record it?
But I had to do it in the bathroom because sitting there with my girlfriend. This is okay.
No, you're right now.
We were having dinner at this ninja restaurant.
I'm not a big fan of ninjas. A long story, anyways.
Okay. For another episode. No, but we were. It was a cool restaurant, and then I came up with this idea. But of course, I cannot sit. We're having a romantic dinner. It's like, wait 1 second, and then usually I'm like, fast power metal, maybe 180, 190, A minor, playing open string A with the bass laying there still, and the melody goes like this. There's a note A, la di da 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 da. You know, I usually do like that so I can remember. I can't do that. So I had to go to the bathroom and do that. I still have it somewhere, I think, on my old phone.
Did any Japanese guy came out of the toilet thinking you were like super weird?
No, I don't think so. Don't remember. No.
Because that would have been even a better story if somebody came out of the toilet like, what the fuck is happening here? This guy's singing to his phone. Wow, that's incredible. What a story. Yeah. So that's the
story
process.
In the night.
A story in the night. So that's how it all started, 2018.
Yeah, that's when, and also I tried to use that melody in many songs.
Really?
Yeah, but it hadn't really fit. And then when we said we're gonna need a fast song, I was in Petter's house. We were writing some music, editing some songs. Then we tried to come up with a bridge, a pre-chorus, and it's like, well, I have this melody here. Na 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 na. And he was like, yeah, that's good. And I was like, well, it comes with a chorus that sounds like this. And it's like, that chorus, okay, that's the main melody because it's so good. So we put it in the intro as well. And then, you know, da, 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 da. Okay, so let's do the intro. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So, yeah.
Dude, when you guys released the video, we checked out the video on the channel. I was like, okay, let's put the mics down. Like this is it. This is a showstopper of a track, and it was like a no-brainer. That the only question I had is why. Like, maybe I can understand why you guys released Powertrain as the first single because it's the title of the record. Yeah. But this song was like, wow. If Powertrain and this track are gonna paint the picture of the album, this album is the shit. Like, and it is. Those two songs do a great job really representing the record and representing how good the album is. So the question for you now is, you're here at Epic Fest. Yes. Majestica is an epic band as far as I'm concerned. What are your expectations from a festival like this?
I was expecting to see a lot of elves and stuff like that, and I've seen that. So
oh, there's a few.
Yeah, I've seen it out here and I've seen it downstairs, and then I heard it's sold out. And it's gonna fit 1,400 people in the big room where we're gonna play in a couple of hours. And it's no expectations, but hope. I hope we will fill the room. I hope everybody. I expect everybody to jump when we play Metal United.
I thought you were gonna say you expect everybody to jump on the Powertrain.
No. Then because the train will. You know.
One last question for you, and that has to do. It's one, but it's kind of two mixed in into one. You guys also going to be at Prog Power in the U.S. this year. Yeah. I believe it's your first time playing in the U.S. with Majestica. I don't think you guys ever played before.
Kind of played there a couple of months ago.
Oh, you did?
On the 70,000 tons.
That doesn't
metal
count.
Cruise. Okay, then it's the first time.
Because it's international waters, so it doesn't count. It doesn't count. So it is the first time. Is that a show that you're hoping that opens doors for you guys to be able to tour in the U.S. on a more regular basis?
Yeah, definitely. I've toured in the U.S. with Sabaton, I think, like 5 times. Every tour has always been a blast. Always had a good time in America. And I hope we can experience that with Majestica as well. So I hope it will open doors. I mean, we've had a couple of suggestions for bands who want to join us, wants us to join their tours and so on. But it has to be the right money, the right time. I mean, when you start touring, of course, it kind of costs you money. But if we're doing 10 shows on small clubs, and it's gonna cost us $50,000, maybe not. Mm-hmm. But if we're doing 20 shows, big, like 2,000 capacity, and it costs us $50,000, then maybe we can start talk about it. Because we will lose money the first couple of tours that we do, and we're okay with that. Of course, you have to lose money to earn money.
Yeah.
And we're willing to do that. But if we're paying a lot of money to play small shows, and the word will not spread as much as we would hope for, then it's not worth it. So, I mean, going to play in America, of course, definitely, I would love to, but we also needs to. I mean, if it costs us $50,000, for example, we need to know that we can sell merch or get money back. Otherwise, we'll go bankrupt.
Yeah.
And touring is fun, but it would be good to pay
the bills still.
Pay the bills as well. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not about money, but that part has to work as well. And so far, it hasn't.
Well, we hope that it works. We hope that Prog Power is like kind of the trampoline that opens doors for you guys to come back on a more wide tour, playing Canada as well. I'm not gonna lie, coming here to Denmark to Epic Fest, seeing the band was on the bill was a huge reason for me to come here, because it's that old saying: if the mountain doesn't go to Muhammad, Muhammad goes to the mountain. I don't know if you guys have that saying here. We have that saying in Portugal, where I come from originally. So the mountain didn't come to me; I had to come to the mountain.
Fair enough.
So to speak. So I really hope to see you guys there, and I just want to say one really quick thing. Swedish Pagans without you is not going to be the same story.
What, Swedish
Pagans?
Oh yeah, Swedish Pagans. Yeah.
Without you is not the same thing. Without you there for the intro, for how the whole story develops, is not the same thing. I don't think I'm alone on that. But I'm dying to see with what you do with the Majestica going forward. I'm dying to see what more you're going to have in store for us. And if you get that Powertrain Christmas kit going, please
send you one.
Send me one. I'll do an unboxing, and I'll promise you I'll put it under my tree.
That's awesome.
I don't even have a tree, but I'll buy a tree just on purpose to put it under my tree.
That's awesome. I'm gonna start looking into that right away.
I think you should.
To see what company can develop that toys. If you know any company that makes toys and want to make a powertrain, give me a call or email or message.
Yeah, whatever people do these days. Just get in touch with them.
Pigeon,
Fax. Maybe send a fax. Send a fax.
Send a fax.
Tommy, thank you very much for your time, man. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.